So I'm burning both ends of the candlesticks. What that means is I don't need to sleep 8 hours a day and I don't need to go do anything fun. Right? And if you can do those for 5 years, just 5 years, the life expectancy of your human, as low as it is 83 years, 86 years. If you can do 5 years out of your life when you become an adult, so from 18 to 23, if you can hustle during those 5 years, you live the rest of your life in the cushion. All right, what's up? Anything interesting? Today, Tuesday? Anything good?
I turned the Indeed back on, so I'm looking at some candidates today. I'm gonna start calling some people and just bringing them. Oh, I talked to that one guy from yesterday, from the property, for like 30 minutes.
He lives in...
Yeah. So,
there you go, bonding again.
yeah, I tried. So he said that he will call us sometime this week. He'd like to come in town because he's gonna have to get some stuff out of there anyway, so he'd rather us come out there and look at it. His mom owns the property, so he's gonna bring her. They're ready to go. She's just waiting for her attorney to put in paper that she's the executor. So I don't know if does that mean they have to go through probate?
No, has her husband passed away? If he had a will, they don't have to go through probate?
Yeah, he had a will.
Then if the will directed what happens, then
yeah.
I think there's still some type of probate, I believe. But it's not the long drawn out version of probate.
Right.
Don't you need still a 90-day creditors? Right.
Yeah, so
It's a good It's a good question.
But we can still get it out.
Huh?
Isn't it generally done, not immediately after, but?
It should be that all properties go through a 90-day creditor, but I think a will overrides a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
Not any debt.
not the 90-day creditor. Because I did that.
Yeah, I get it. It makes sense that it shouldn't.
But we still can put it on the contract.
Correct.
Yeah. So, and he's, he said basically once the paperwork is done, she's ready to just get rid of it. She doesn't have an emotional attachment to it or anything like that. And he was saying that they were talking about hiring somebody to come in and like get all the stuff they didn't want. So I explained to them that they can leave whatever they wanted on. So he's really
I mean, the location is spectacular.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And he's just got to stop looking at Zillow. What you got, Francis?
So we're gonna check on Robbins on that. Now that there's other property, you see, or either we paint and clean it up, or we lower the price.
Lower the price.
Because when we first decided what we're gonna put it up, they were 120. The properties were up.
They're dropping like flies.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, because
People are listed.
properties came in the market at the same time, and
Correct.
They're all listed at what, 109?
Oh.
two at 117, 115, two at 117. One of them is on the contract.
But they look beautiful
One of
inside.
them at 115.
Go look at the photos. The photos tell you what it looked like. It's just not the building. I thought basically upon what I thought the building was like. I thought it would have been a better,
Like a higher end.
Yeah.
and like a couple units maybe outdated. But it's got the real small elevators. It resembles like a.
Well, the elevator, it can't change the elevator. I mean, that looks.
Is this the one with the $600 HOA?
Yes.
No, it shouldn't look like that.
Well,
That is a lot. For HOA, it should be high end.
That's not. But
yeah. What? I mean, I'm just.
you're not showing the unit.
Oh no, I'm not showing the unit.
And then you go in the hallway. And then you go in the hallway. The hallway of the floor it's on, floor 1. It's like the paint's marked up in the hall, the walls and stuff. For $600, that thing's supposed to be pristine.
Yeah, I would agree.
So it includes the electric, it includes the water, it includes the HVAC. It includes cable, it includes they got a library, they got a gym, they got a pool, they got a lot of amenities that includes for that $600.
So
The list is this big.
How much is cable?
I remember my light bill was $180.
I don't know. How big is your house?
Not bad.
You got a freestanding house out there, and you don't have an insulated box that's not even half the size of your house, right? So you got your water. What's your water bill every 2 months now?
$30.
Yeah, probably $50
Yeah, $50.
every 2 months. And then you have your internet.
What?
Oh, y'all be taking hot, long showers.
Cable is like $100.
Mine's like 100.
Really?
And my mom.
Where
Y'all get some leaks. My mom water bill probably about $13. If you get anything higher than 20, she tripping.
No, that used to be before everybody moved in.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I pay
I guess I
about
only got 2
$126
people in my house, so-
every 2 months.
In water?
Yeah.
Well, I guess when you got, I only have 2 people in my house, so it's cheaper, I guess. I don't know.
Anyways, the $600 to me don't add up.
It is much. Yeah, when I heard
I'll
that.
take $30.
Oh, they got a doorman.
I walked in, the guy was behind the desk.
Yeah.
He asked me, he said, hey, what you got? Number 1. Okay.
He did let you in, right?
Yeah, he hit the button.
Yeah. The location, did you see the location of the building? See the neighborhood, the location of the building?
I think,
busy over there.
yeah, I think it's right near Moses Cone. It's right down the street from Moses Cone. I think that if we lower the price, right, maybe some incoming doctor may just pick up the unit at a cheap price, maybe all cash.
Yeah.
We'll work on expanding the hiring stuff, but right now marketing's picking up, obviously,
Yeah.
and then we'll do more mailing pieces and.
Yeah.
Ready? Break.
May be recorded or monitored. You can speak to me in complete sentences. How can I help you?
Get proof of insurance. Titles. Gotta go to register these trucks. I need to get a. Where is that? You can't find it. What you do, bruh? Who told you that? Did you play golf? What'd you do after that? Amazon, somebody was telling me Amazon, you can find a lot of home remodeling stuff on Amazon that you can't get the price.
Yeah. Amazon is unbelievable. Well, you know, that is just a small box.
Correct, yeah, it's just a small
It
box.
wasn't. Did you run the cable yourself?
No, I had the electrician come do it. So this right here, Francis?
Yeah.
This part, these two tubes right here, you can just replace them.
Nice.
You take the screws out of that, put the new one in there, and it's done.
Like the police in the water heater.
It's the same, except for the element, sticks in the water.
Yeah.
But this one flows through
Water goes through it. Wow. And look, it has the same thermostat and everything. You know?
So just imagine if.
So you can actually you can grab all the how you say that the temperature.
Yeah.
Because there's a thermostat there. Nice. For like a basement.
And it automatically detects flow, right? So once the flow a certain amount of gallons per minute, it kicks on. And this is the smallest one, so they have the bigger ones.
But then she emailed yesterday at 9:15 at night. She emailed Tammy back saying, because Tammy had emailed her a week ago. Not a week ago, but Thursday, I think. So she says, yeah, I heard that, if you can get those payouts, that'd be great. So, yeah, everything's coming on.
Easy peasy.
So I went over there just to check on things. And, man, the thermostat was at 70. So I'm like, oh my God, it's pulling so much electric. So I put it up to 75.
Who the hell are we cooling?
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. The house was real nice and cold.
Sling is raising their prices by like over 5,000 right now.
By how much?
The plane company, their price goes up next week by $5,000.
For a plane? So a plane now is $5,000 more?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Well, that's not much, right, for a plane? So the inspector went to Carnock and passed that. So I need to tell Eddie to call up Duke and make sure they're getting that done today or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. It's an older building, I get it. But the hallway felt dingy. It was like low light.
Low ceiling in the hallway. The paint was very old.
I think you guys went on a cloudy day.
The hallway, there's no light.
There's no windows in the hallway. Yeah. I agree with that 100%, especially in that area.
Yeah.
Especially in that area. I agree with you.
We all relate.
It's called in-school suspension. When you gotta go. All right, so.
Oh yes, I see.
So we've kicked up, obviously, PPC back. We got a monthly budget of $11,000. So what I want to do is to make sure that when we are having these conversions, that we are using them correctly. We didn't get anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, that doesn't mean we just give up.
Yeah,
we're going to keep calling.
Yeah.
But my point is that lead cost us $180 and it turned into nothing. So the KPI goes, how much web conversions create an appointment?
Right.
How many appointments create a deal, a contract? So you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you look at this, $180 per lead, right? This is PPC. And let's just say it takes us 5 leads to get an appointment, times 5. How was that? Am I got a calculator? 180 times 5?
800.
There we go, Francis. Into it before I can get to my.
900.
900.
Costs us $900 equals an appointment, right? How many appointments to get a lead, to get a contract? I should say 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say 5.
27.
Equals how much?
2,700.
$2,700. So it costs us $2,700 to get a contract.
Not including labor.
Not including labor, not including anything else. So you see why it's important, the reason why I wanted to put this out. The reason why I want to put this out is because when we talk about commissions and I deduct the $1,500 off the top of each profit margin, you can see where we go here. When I first started this business, it was $83.
Wow.
It was $83 to get a lead to fill out a form, PPC. I remember that number like yesterday. Now it's $180. If the machine learning goes well, and this is cheap to some markets. Some markets is $2,000. Percentile is me beat success, if that per se. First generation American, my parents don't really have, the means to give me anything to hand me down. And so when I learned it, I was so excited. I started making videos to just tell people what I knew. And it actually became very controversial because as I became a more known figure, people who were making money off of giving off the information, people that I listened to in the beginning, like people that I idolized, would call me and say, "What are you doing? Why are you giving away the game?" And when I started having those conversations, I started to realize I was taking the yin to everybody else's yang or something like that. So basically, me giving away the game started to become intentional now. It was like, I'm just gonna give the game away. The reason why I need to give the game away is because I need to build a brand. And till this day, I probably leave $3 million on the table because I don't have a coaching program. I don't have like a coaching program to teach people how to do it. I could set up an office and put 5 people in it now and generate $3 million just from having a coaching program. But I decided that wasn't the path I wanted to take. When I first started, I wanted to follow the path of most people. And my goal in my head was, when I get to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, I'm gonna create a course. Yeah. And then I started listening to Gary Vee. And Gary Vee was the one who was telling me, give the game away. Give it away. It's more valuable now. If you can delay the gratification, it's more valuable now. And the reason is because currency is attention. And if you can get the eyes on you, it's actually worth more than the dollar. So the longer you can delay the gratification of cashing out, the more it's worth. So with me not even having a course, I make more money than the guys that have top courses.
And they got to do it. They got to sell that course over and over again.
But then you put a monetized value on your time.
Yeah.
Right? I had a guy call me up one time and says, "Max, can I spend a week with you? I'll give you $50,000. I said no. And this was over a year ago. I wasn't making $50,000 a week then. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So for me, I made it a commitment to say, we got to keep this up. Because to run this office and this cost me $34,000, $35,000 a month to put out content. Right, with no direct ask in return, right? A lot of people always wait for my sales pitch. Yes, I've created picks and shovels during the gold rush. So essentially, versus me selling the gold, I sold the picks and shovels on how to get there. So I created 2 software companies that people use to get to their destination. But I don't even push those. Never ran an ad on those. And it's because I was able to build a brand. So what happens now is there's all these internet marketers that are teaching people how to get to a certain point to then sell the information. But think about this. If I had a paywall up in the beginning, let's just say when I hit 10,000 subs and I put a paywall up, can you imagine how many people would have never known about me? I would have been afraid to put out content on YouTube, right? Because I would have felt like I was giving away too much. Then you would have never found me. Because what happens is these people say, oh, check out my video. They give very little information, and then they suck you into their sales funnel, and then they're going to try to sell you something, and it starts small. $30, $40, $200, $3,000, $30,000. Now, am I knocking anybody? No, it's a legitimate way to do business. But there's also a way where you can get the masses of people and create strategic brand opportunities to get even better money and not have to dedicate the same amount of time. Like, I have friends that are coaches in this business, and every time I call them, I'm like, yo, I got 3 minutes before I got to get on coach call. Like, nah, I can't do that. You know, I can go, before COVID, I was getting 25,000 a speech, 90 minutes. You know, that's what I'm talking about. You know, I paid Gary Vee $155,000 to speak for 90 minutes. That's the level I want to reach, right? Because at that point, I don't have, that's it. I can pick and choose. I don't have to keep reselling this product over and over and over again. Because at that point, I can't make money when I'm sleeping. That's how it was with wholesaling. Before I started talking about wholesaling 3 years ago, it was a secret.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is right now.
Yeah, you don't see many videos.
It was a secret. It was like, yo, don't you talk about this open in the public.
Yeah.
And then with me talking about it, got all these black people entry-level drug into real estate. And now they're like, nah, I can get in real estate. And in 1 or 2 years, they're transforming their entire life, going from not even owning a car, much less a house, to wholesaling their way to get money to the point to where now they buying rental properties and now qualified to go out and buy their own residence.
Yeah. And was what I love, man, is that I've seen people just give you credit for that. You can't. There's no ad. There's nothing that you can't buy that. You can't put a value on that.
It's a legacy.
Yeah.
That video, which dude with $1,000 for real estate?
Yeah.
I say that's probably one of my friends watch. A lot of people that I know watch. So yeah, that's kind of how I met. First seen you too.
Got it. Yeah, because I get that question a lot.
Yeah.
Like how do I get started? How do I get started? I was like, yo, you don't need $1,000 if you really want to get hustle.
Really,
remember, I started with negative $300 something.
That's crazy.
I just had hustle in the gas tank. That's all I had.
Yeah.
And turned it into a multi-million-dollar empire.
And because you have that influence, and because you gave away the game, and people credit you for helping change their lives, how hard is it for you to get 3,000 people in a room?
Easy. We had 1,200 people pay in Dallas.
Yeah.
The cheapest ticket was $500. So, like, I've done pop-ups. I've done pop-ups at the Atlanta ball field, the baseball stadium, and they want to kick us out because so many people showed up. Just free stuff.
Yeah.
So that influence is greater. Even though somebody may be able to say, "Yeah, I made $50,000 this week selling the course." You have to put the equation in it and be like, man, did you really do a service? Now I believe everybody can get started without finding a mentor. But when it's time to scale, then you go out and you find the appropriate mentors. But you don't go hire Michael Jordan to teach you basketball. You go hire Michael Jordan to teach you how to be the greatest basketball player. So you got to come with the fundamentals. And if you have the fundamentals, then you get up in the game and you get better. Learning how to sell and learning how to look at money or income from a different angle versus by the hour versus what you can sell, it changes your whole life.
Yeah.
Right? You'll never understand. Like, so what's a good number in the hood? Like when you got your friends and they're like, yo, I got a good job, right? What's that $1 an hour amount?
About 15, 17.
$20, right?
Yeah.
$20. So if you take one of the markers right there, right? Take that red marker.
Oh, okay.
And I'm bad with math, so I'm gonna use my calculator. So typically somebody works 40 hours a week, right? So 40 times 20 is $800 a week. So 80 hours, $800 a week. So if you look at $800 a week and you say, man, in the hood, that's a good job. And that's before taxes. But let's just say my man take home $800 a week. So you telling me from the time you're awake, let's break that down per day. So $800 a week divided by 5 is $160 a day. So it's $160 / day. Right? So you
Yeah.
So you look at $160 a day and you say, what can you do to sell something to make $160 a day to be independent? Right? You got 2 air fryers that go for $120 at the store and you sell them for $80. There goes your $160 a day. So what happens is we're being trained all our life, subconsciously and consciously, to look at money at a per hour basis. When you get into the battle of trading time for dollars, you will always lose. I don't care if somebody pays you $3,000 an hour, you will lose.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
So you have to change the mentality completely on how you think of how to acquire money. And once you change that mentality, that's easy. You know what I'm saying? So you have to think, what can I do to make $160 a day to have a good job? That's easy. I could if I was homeless, I could find junk and sell $160 worth a day in junk.
Exactly.
I'm not begging for no dollar on the side of the road. You know, I see this quote, you said you're gonna let a crackhead out hustle you? You ever see the crackhead without crack?
They hustle.
$20 rock, 3-4 times a day. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you start to think and add it up, you say, well, damn, 160 ain't a lot of money. I need that every day. And who says you only got to work 5 days a week? If you work 7, you need to make less than 160. You got to understand, you have to make a sacrifice in life. If you're single, not married, I don't care about your girlfriend, and if you don't have any kids, then you living for yourself at the moment. And it's the perfect time to build what they call a legacy or a foundation to build a legacy. So I'm burning both ends of the candlesticks. What that means is I don't need to sleep 8 hours a day and I don't need to go do anything fun. Right? And if you can do those for 5 years, just 5 years, the life expectancy of your human, as low as it is 83 years, 86 years. If you can do 5 years out of your life when you become an adult, so from 18 to 23, if you can hustle during those 5 years, you live the rest of your life in the cushion. You know what I mean? What's going on, brother?
Carlos.
Max, man, nice to meet you. So, if you gotta stop thinking the way that they've trained us to think. And one thing that I've changed in my life is I started to challenge every single thing I've been taught. I mean everything. From the way you put on your shoes. Who told you the left shoe go on the left foot and the right shoe go on the right foot? And when you have that mentality to start challenging every single thing you've been taught, people are programmed to get to work at 9. Why? Why not 7? See what I'm saying? Exactly. There you go. You just said it less than 24 hours ago. You got to unlearn and relearn because the person who taught you was teaching you for a reason of their own benefit. You know what I'm saying? Like when I go on vacation, I'm like, oh, that's a day's worth of work. I get a whole vacation, cost me a day. So you have to start thinking in a totally different mindset. Hell with the by hour, all of that stuff. You go out there and make your own destiny. There's no reason you have to go punch somebody else's clock. Now, am I talking down on a 9 to 5? No. But don't get off that 9 to 5 and go home and watch Netflix. What you doing from 5 to 11? And that's the problem. We'll go out and spend so much time building someone else's legacy and spend 0 time building our own. Because we want to look fly, or we want to go do this with our friends, or go to this club or this bar, or go hang out. Give yourself 5 years of hustle. No entertainment to a minimum, women to a minimum, all self. And I'm talking like, for me was a child, I'm dyslexic, so I don't read as fast as most people read. So when I found Audible, just listen to books. Just listen to them. And pick out people that you want to be like. You be like, man, that dude's dope. Go read his autobiography, read his stories, read what people say about him. Listen to the books. And then you'll start to see a pattern once you start to see when you start reading books of many of these successful people, you'll start to see a pattern that they're the opposite of everything you've ever learned and everybody you hang around. And what you got to take advantage of the proximity you have to this man. Like I look up to this man. People look up to me. I look up to this man. So you got to understand when you have a proximity to somebody who you've seen hustle to get their own and write their own destiny, you have to understand how powerful that is, because especially in our community, we don't have those many examples that look like us like that.